Hi guys, we are starting our first actual art assignment. This will be a name monster. So we are going to be making a silly little monster of our own creation, and it is going to be based off of your name. So hopefully you watched the story about the color monster. If you haven't, that's not too big of a deal, but it was cute. I thought it was pretty cute. Nice story. So what you're going to be doing with this project, you will need your crayons, you'll need a pencil, it can be mechanical or a regular pencil, it doesn't matter, and you need an eraser. If you don't have an eraser on the end of your pencil, make sure you have a large eraser, or if you make big mistakes a lot of the times, a large eraser is a good thing to have. So we're going to move some stuff out of the way. What you are going to be doing is drawing or writing your name to start with, but we're going to be doing symmetry today. So symmetry is when something is the same on both sides. So your face is symmetrical. You have an eye on one side, you have an eye on the other. A heart, if you put a line down the middle, you could do half of a heart on one side and half a heart on the other, and that would be symmetrical. So it is the same on both sides. And that is our goal, at least with your name. So this is going to be a little difficult. Just make sure that you are paying attention. Number one, you need your paper. You are going to fold it up. Line it up with the top of your paper the best you can. And then press and fold. So you should have it folded hot dog. You can pick it up, you can open it, see a nice fold. Now when you are writing your name, you want the fold part, the folded edge, to be at the bottom. So make sure you're not writing your name on this part. So you need it to be writing your name here. So I'm going to go ahead and write my name. Make sure you are writing your name, not my name. I am the only Miss Mobley at this school. So you need to be writing your name, and make sure you are writing it big. I do not want teeny tiny monsters or teeny tiny itty bitty names. So draw or write your name big. You're wanting to take up as much of this paper as possible. So I have my name written now, and this is supposed to be a Y. You are going to need it to be symmetrical. What I would suggest to get it the same on both sides is you take this over to a window and you flip it over, hold it up to the window, and then you should be able to see through it with the light coming through from the other side of the window. That's a very good way to trace very easily, and it will let you get it symmetrical. So I did that with this post-it note. I have Mobley, and I put it against the window in my classroom, and then on the other side I was able to get it symmetrical. So this is what you want to see. You want to see it looking like this, the same on both sides. One side will be kind of backwards, and that's what you want. Now if you don't have a window, you can't get that to work, you can always just unfold your paper, turn it to the side, and just try to draw your name onto this side looking at the other side. So the M comes in, back out, and then back down, an I. The S is a little hard to do backwards, but if you don't get it right, it's fine. Just do your best. If you don't have a window to hold it against to make it easier, that is okay. Just do your best. Remember, when you are drawing, to draw lightly so you can erase any mistakes that you do make. So be very careful that you aren't pressing too hard, or you will have a very difficult time getting it to erase. All right, that's pretty good. I kind of messed up on the Y a little, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. So just remember, teachers make mistakes too. Now that you have your name on both sides, you're gonna want it up and down like this. If you want, you could flip it over and do it this way if you wanna change it up a little. But for my example, I actually did it this side up. And all you have to do is start drawing. Now I know that's a little harder said than done, so all you're really gonna do is start looking for things that you could turn into parts of your monster. So I think one of the biggest, most important things is to find some eyes. So this is going to be more of an organic shape. So organic shape is a fancy way of saying a blob or something, a shape that you see in nature. Now I want to draw some eyes, and eyes for mine, I used circles. So I liked the circles that I put on the top of the letter I for the actual eye. So I used the circle there, and then I put another circle, and then a big circle kind of coming around, and I turned that into the eyes for my monster. Now when you start drawing, you might not be able to keep it perfectly symmetrical, which means you might not have it this exact same on both sides. That's okay. Just try and make sure that your name is symmetrical. So now I wanted to do like a line down from the eyes down to here for the top of the head, and then I could put a curved line here for the nose, and then use the tops of those S's or bottom of the S's for the nostrils, the holes in the nose. I liked this big M shape for the mouth, so I ended up making that the mouth and doing a triangle here and here for the opening of the mouth, curved line for the tongue, and then you could just draw some teeth. So hopefully you're starting to see my little monster coming along. You could make this into a hat. You could make it some hair. You could make it a tiara. You can make this into all kinds of different things. So remember, a lot of this is based on being creative. So what you see is what you can make it into. So whatever your imagination tells you there. So for the B's here and the O's, I liked how much of a circular shape was going on there, and I tried to turn that into kind of a big necklace. So kind of a necklace here. Remember, this is one of our first projects, so if you make mistakes, it's not a big deal. Just make sure you are trying to make it look nice and you're not making it look scrabbly or rushed or anything like that. So do try and clean it up a little if it is looking a little messy. Then from there you could kind of turn this into a part of the body, just a diagonal line. Whoops. Sometimes you draw the wrong way when you're trying to make things symmetrical. I don't know what that is. I think it's like your brain trying to flip it around. I just did some weird little heart shapes for hands here. And then I ended up making these E's kind of the like really big legs. And triangles on the top of the Y, and I made this into the feet. So again, you're gonna take your time, see if you can add lots of little details. You could always add patterns. I did put some patterns on my necklace, so you could put some polka dots on the necklace if you wanted to. So that is another option, adding patterns. And remember, patterns are just repeating lines, shapes, or colors. So just repeating there. Now that's a pretty good monster so far. From here, I would go into coloring it. Now in our story, they were talking about colors and how they match emotions. Now, at the start of the story, the monster looked pretty crazy because he had all of these emotions and all of these colors. Now, if you want to stick with one or two colors or one or two emotions, like happy was yellow, you could just use a lot of types of yellow. And maybe you're also loving art, so you could do yellow and pink, or you can do mine. So I did use a lot of different colors because I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling pretty crazy lately, cooped up in my house. So make sure that you are thinking about what colors you would like to use. But if you want to use any types of colors, that's fine. Just make sure that you are getting this finished, and then you will be done once it is all colored. So I went from my drawing here, and then I did get it all nicely colored. Take your time, add lots of details, and make sure that you like it. And if you don't like it, see if you can add more until you do. So if you turn it to the side, you should still be able to see Miss Mobley. So hopefully we can still read most of your name. All right, guys. That is the assignment for this week. Make sure that you take a nice picture of it so I can see the whole thing and put that on Schoology. I will also put a picture of my final one on Schoology for you too. Hope to see your art soon. Have fun and see you in the next video. Bye.